My name is Vivian, and my poem is Elaine the Complainer. My name is Elaine, and I like to complain. Complaining is all that I do. I moan when it's hot, and I groan when it's not. I whine when the sky is too blue. I fuss that the food on my plate must be chewed. I whimper whenever I clean. I frequently fret. If my bath gets me wet, I gripe if the grass is too green. I act like my brain is in terrible pain when people are being polite, but then if they're rude, it will ruin my mood. I'll grumble and mumble all night, but though I delight in complaining all night. There is one thing I simply can't see. I don't understand, since I'm clearly so grand, why people complain about me.
I am raining penguins everywhere. There's a penguin on a table. There's a penguin on a chair. There's a penguin eating popcorn. There are penguins everywhere. There's a penguin on a ladder. There's a penguin on the rooftop. There's are penguins all around. There's a penguin in the
mirror.
There's a penguin next to me. There are penguins everywhere. That one I can see.
I'm Cooper, and my poem is Homework Stew. I cooked my math book in a broth. I stirred it to a steaming froth. I threw in papers, pencils too, to make a pot of homework stew. I turned the flame up nice and hot. I tossed my binder in the pot. I sprinkled in my book report with colored markers by the quart. Despite its pure noxious gas, I proudly took my stew to class. And though it was so grotesque, I set it on my teacher's desk. My teacher said, "You're quite a chef, but still, you're going to get an F." I didn't ask for homework stew. I said, "Tomorrow, homework's due." Hi, my name is Kaylee, and I'm going to read you. Our teacher likes to play Minecraft. Our teacher likes Minecraft. She plays it all day. She tells us to study so she can go play. She'll dig in her mind, going deeper and deeper, then fight off a skeleton, zombie, or creeper. She'll engineer buildings from door, wood, and stone, and then go out exploring the landscape alone. She'll build and connect. She'll run and jump and swing. There's only one problem. We don't learn a thing.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm reading Good Morning, Dear Students. Good morning, dear students, the principal said. Please put down your pencils and go back to bed. Today we will spend the day playing outside. then take the whole school on a carnival ride. We'll learn to eat candy while watching TV, to listen to records and swing from a tree. We will also be learning to draw on the walls, to scream in the classroom and run in the halls. So bring your skateboard, your scooter, or your bike. It's time to be different and do what you like. The teachers are going to give you a rest. You don't have to study. There won't be a test. And if you prefer for a bit of a change, feel free to go wild and act really strange. Go put on a clown suit and dye your hair green and copy your face on an X-ray machine. Tomorrow is back to the regular grind. Today, just go crazy. We really don't mind. So tear up your homework. We'll give you an A. Oh wait, I'm just kidding. It's April Fool's Day.
I'm Rowan, and I'm gonna read you a bad, gloomy day. Roses are dead, violets are glow, and I don't think this poem is for you. I'm Jaden, and I'm going to read you a poem called I'm a Little Penguin. I'm a little penguin, black and white, short and fluffy, what a sight. I can't fly, but I love to swim, so I'll waddle to the water and dive right in.
All right, great.
I'm Charlotte and my poem is Ocean. Splashing waves, salty water, sand all over, people swimming, people all over, people sunbathing, dogs playing, seashells laying on the ground, people playing and having fun. The water is cold, but it is hot.
Did you write that?
I'm Nolan, and I'm gonna read My Cat Knows Karate. My cat knows karate. My frog knows kung fu. My pet
Poodle.
poodle knows jiu-jitsu. My turtle does too. They all became black belts by watching TV, some Chuck Newts movies, and films with Bong Wei,
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. They liked learning lessons from
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And acting.
Acting like action film star Jack Chan.
Jackie Chan. Okay.
They punch their.
They practice.
They practice their punches, their blocks and their kicks until they're worn muskrats.
Till they were
Masters of martial arts tricks. You'd think they'd be good now at garden house, but yesterday morning they ran from a mouse. My mouse is a crack up. I laughed at this prank. Do you think it would weird that my mouse drives a tank? I'm Aaron, and I'm reading My Puppy Punched Me in the Eye. My puppy punched me in the eye. My rabbit whacked my ear. My ferret gave me a frightful cry, and Roundhouse kicked my rear. My lizard flipped me upside down. My kitten kicked my head. And my hamster slammed me to the ground and left me nearly dead. So my advice, avoid regrets. No matter what you do, don't let your family pets take lessons in Kung Fu.
My name's Olivia. I'm reading I Rode a Rainbow Unicorn. I rode a rainbow unicorn. We sailed across the sky. Bought a bunch of Skittles. Santa always makes me fly. He talked with off like a parent and always loved to fight. And the people stopped and he made us right. He was a path for the stop. His shimmer and shine, and he was across from heaven, just of rainbows and before. Hi, I'm Blaine. I'm reading Basketball is Lots of Fun. Basketball is lots of fun. It's my favorite sport, but I'm so bad that when I play, they throw me off the court. Now, hockey is my favorite sport. The trouble is I stink, so every time I hit the ice, they throw me off the rink. Now, soccer is the game I like. There's just one little hitch. I kick and run too slow, and so they throw me off the pitch. At last, I found some sports that I can play and not get thrown out. I now play soccer, basketball, and hockey on my phone. I'm Alice and I'm reading Your Best. If you always try your best, then you will never have to wonder about what you could have done if you summon your thunder. And if your best was not as good as you hoped it would be, you still could say, I gave today all that I had in me.
Wow, that was great.
I'm Cleo and I'm reading the days of the months. 30 days
Half.
have September, April, June, and November. February has 28 alone. All the rest have 31.
Accepting.
Excepting leap year, that's the time when February days are 29.
That was great. Did a good job.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm reading Friday the 13th by Ken Nevitz. It's Friday the 13th tomorrow. A black cat just leapt in my path. I'm not superstitious, but this might explain why I'm failing in math. By chance, I walked on a ladder a teacher had placed by the wall. In class, my umbrella popped open. That's why I tripped in the hall. The salt spilled this morning at breakfast. While walking, I stepped on a crack. I took off my shoes on the table. It looked like my future is black. This evening, I busted a mirror, which means in the next 7 years are due to be filled with misfortune, catastrophes, mishaps, and tears. With all the bad luck I'm confronting, it seems that I'm probably cursed. It might be the 13th tomorrow, but Thursday the 12th is last. I'm Vivian, and I'm going to read My Dog Likes to Disco. My dog likes to disco on TikTok for fun. He'd rather start dancing than go for a run. My dog likes to wiggle and jiggle and jump. He bobbles his noggin and wriggles his rump. And when he's done dancing, this doggy of mine will pick up his cell phone and post it online. He puts up a video once every day so people can watch him as he wiggles away. He started on TikTok as something to do, but now he's on YouTube and Instagram too. He's trending on Twitter and Facebook as well. I guess that I should have been able to tell. You see, when I rescued my dog from the pound, the sign said purebred social media hound.
Great job.
My name is Aslan. I'm reading Cat Kisses. Paper kisses on a cheek or chin. Again. Kisses.
All right, great job, Ashlyn.
Homework for I'm Ella, and I'm going to read homework for Christmas. The teacher gave homework for Christmas. We thought it must be a mistake. She smiled when she said this assignment would take our whole winter break. Before we return from vacation, we have to make sure it gets done. It seems that our teacher must like us. Our homework assignment, have fun. I'm Molly. My poem is My Dog Ate My Homework. My dog ate my homework. The mysterious pup, he got hold of my homework and gobbled it up. My dog ate my homework. It's gonna be late. I guess that the teacher will just have to wait. My dog ate my homework. Then he swallowed it whole. I shouldn't have mixed it with food in his bowl. My name is Connor, and I'm going to be reading Switch the Switch. My little brother took my Switch to stream a game or two on Twitch, but he tried to turn it on. My Switch would not play Pokemon. My Switch would not play Mario or Donkey Kong or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Minecraft or Monopoly or Captain Toad or Pikmin 3, Jurassic Park or Kingdom Hearts. Or any game with racing carts, or Shovel Knight or Dragon Ball, or really any game at all. He gave it back and said, "It's broke." I had to giggle at my joke. I switched the switch and played a trick. I'd given him a painted brick.
Ow.
I'm Katiana reading The Purple Cow. I never saw a purple cow. I never hope to see one. But I can tell you anyhow, I'd rather see than be one.
All right, good job.
I'm Joe, I'm Joe, and I'm reading My Flat Cat. I have a cat. My cat is flat. He sleeps beneath the bathroom mat. He slides around the
upon the ground without the slightest striding sound. He only eats the flattest meats and thin and wispy kitty treats. He once was fat, but now my cat is totally, completely flat. He got so slim, so flat and trim, and the day my Great Dane saw him.
My name is Charlotte.
And hi, my name is Sarah.
Today we are reading My Father Can't Find Me. My father can't find me.
He says that it's weird.
I seem to have vanished.
I just disappeared.
My mother can't see me.
She's looking around.
She's calling my name.
But I cannot be found.
My brother and sister,
Both want me to play.
they're searching the house.
But I faded away.
I thought my family
Would all be amused.
but even our dog is.
Completely confused.
I know it sounds strange.
But I'm starting to think.
I shouldn't take baths in invisible ink.
Hi, I'm going to be reading an I Am poem that I wrote. I wrote it quite a few years ago. So when you hear it, it is about my family when Ryan and Kelsey were much younger than they are now. All right, here we go. I am from homemade stromboli and bread. Now, to the testament of time, the bread comes from a bread maker, but the aroma stays the same. Not forgetting my maternal grandmother's Midwestern roots, I am from casseroles, lots and lots of casseroles. Tomatoes, fresh picked from the backyard, regally made their way to the supper table. I am from impromptu movie nights in bed, all four of us squished into one ever-growing smaller bed. Blueberry picking on hot summer days, rushing home to the relief of refreshing air conditioning as we bake, what else? Blueberry muffins. I am from catching lightning bugs and searching for four-leaf clovers, playing with friends, not video games, but imaginative play outdoors, a time before personal computers, typing and retyping papers for school, numerous part-time jobs, delivering papers, grooming dogs, interviewing people. I am from a Pennsylvania Dutch and Italian backgrounds, indulging in homemade German donuts before Lent and eating ravioli often, even on Thanksgiving, next to the turkey, of course. A loving grandmother, now gone, who was my best friend. A family who truly believes that we are all in this together. I am from, you're going to Disney again? I promise I will leave on time today. We need to stop at Wawa to get coffee. Ryan, please get the Legos off of the floor. Kelsey, you really don't need to wear feet pajamas in May. Ryan, those Legos are still on the floor. But most importantly, I love you guys.
Hi, Mrs. Barton's class. I'm Connor's mom. I'm going to share a poem with you called Your Best, and it's by Barbara Vance. Your best. If you always try your best, then you'll never have to wonder about what you could have done if you summoned all your thunder. And if your best was not as good as you hoped it would be, you still could say, I gave today all that I had in me. Thank you.
Where the sidewalk ends. Shel Silverstein. Sick. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be a stigmatic flu. I cough and sneeze, chew, and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wretched, my ankle sprain. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold, my toes are numb. I have a sliver of my thumb. My neck is stiff, my voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent, my spine ain't straight. My temperature's 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail, and my heart is... What? What's that? What's that, you say? Today is Saturday. Goodbye, I'm going out to play.
Hello, I'm Emily's mom, and when I was in 4th grade, I had to memorize a poem, and I still remember it today. It's Stopping by Woods in a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. A little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his hardest bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sound's a sweep of easy wind, downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great poetry cafe.
Peanut Butter Sandwich by Shel Silverstein. I'll sing you a song of a silly young king who played with the world at the end of a string, but he only loved one single thing, and that was just a peanut butter sandwich. His scepter and his royal gowns, his regal throne and golden crowns were brown and sticky from the mounds and drippings from each peanut butter sandwich. His subjects all were silly fools, for he had passed a royal rule that all that they could learn in school was how to make a peanut butter sandwich. He would not eat his sovereign steak. He scorned his soup and kingly cake, and told his courtly cook to bake an extra sticky peanut butter sandwich. And then one day he took a bite, and he started chewing with delight. But he found that his mouth was stuck quite tight from that last bite of peanut butter sandwich. His brother pulled, his sister pried, the wizard pushed, his mother cried. The dentist came, and the royal doc, the royal plumber banged and knocked, but still those jaws stayed tightly locked. Oh, damn that sticky peanut butter sandwich! The carpenter, he tried with pliers. The telephone man, he tried with wires. The fireman, he tried with fire. But they could not melt that peanut butter sandwich. With ropes and pulleys, drills and coil, with steam and lubricating oil, for 20 years of tears and toil, they fought that awful peanut butter sandwich. And then all his royal subjects came, and they hooked his jaws with grappling chains, and they pulled both ways with might and main against that stubborn peanut butter sandwich. Each man and woman, girl and boy put down their plows and pots and toys and pulled until crack! Oh, joy! They broke right through the peanut butter sandwich. A puff of dust, poof, a screech, a squeak. The king's jaws opened with a creak. And then, in a voice so faint and weak, the first words that they heard him speak were, "How about a peanut butter sandwich?" Ta-da!
Hi, Vivian and classmates. I'm Vivian's dad. I know you guys are doing a great job with your poetry, and I wanted to share with you guys a piece of a poem that I used to read a lot as a kid when I was your age. It's called "Oh, the Places You'll Go" by Dr. Seuss. Out there, things can happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And then things start to happen. Don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join the high flyers. You'll soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Thank you very much.
Casey at Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 2-4 with but one inning more to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a sickly silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought if only Casey could get but a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did also Jimmy Blake, and the former was a Lulu and the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey's getting to the bat. But Flynn let a drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and the men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flim a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It knocked upon the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when, responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat, no stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eye, a snarl curled Casey's lip. And now the lever-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in the haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded speed. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches, black with people, there went a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted some upon the stand. And it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising turmoil. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew. But Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the mouthing thousands, and echo answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.
Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Hatton, and I hope that you have enjoyed your class's Poetry Cafe and had a few little surprises with some guest poems. And I would like to end this event with a poem about books. Books by Helen H. Moore. If you read a few, then you'll know it's true. Books are good for you. Chefs read cookbooks. Pirates hook books. Little kids read lift and look books. We read books of poems and prose, some of these and some of those. Read some too, and you'll agree. Books are good for you and me.